Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. A new report was released yesterday for the latest housing market stats in the United States, and just as I predicted, home prices decreased. On top of this, housing inventory in the US spiked. This is further indication or further evidence that our housing market is slowing down. So after 4 consecutive months of home price records being broken in the US, home prices finally went down last month. This marks the first dip of home prices since January of 2021. I have lots to share in today's video, so if you get any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate that. And if you're looking to buy or sell a house from virtually anywhere in the US and you want a real estate agent referral, then go to homeandmoney.com/Jason. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the video. So let's first talk about home prices. So if you recall, home prices in the US reached an all-time record high in June of this year when the median sold price reached $363,000. But the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, announced yesterday that home prices fell in July. Or did they? I actually read the entire press release from the National Association of Realtors, and here's why I'm absolutely triggered. As you guys know, I track home prices and housing market stats on a frequent basis, and I report that to you on a frequent basis as well. And I absolutely hate misinformation because let's face it, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So here's NAR's announcement about how home prices changed in July. So they stated the following: the median existing home price for all housing prices in July was $359,900, up 17.8% from July 2020 as each region saw prices climb. This marks 113 straight months of year-over-year gains. But my question for NAR is, how does this compare to the previous month? I mention this because there's not a single mention of this in their press release. The answer is that the median sold price decreased from $363,000 in June of this year to $360,000 in July. Of course, I know what you're thinking. This is not a big decrease, but it is the first decrease in the last 4 months. Lawrence Yoon, who's NAR's chief economist, said, although we should not expect to see home prices drop in the coming months, there is a chance that they will level off as inventory continues to gradually improve. And here's what he said in NAR's press release from 1 month ago, dated July 22nd. At a broad level, home prices are in no danger of a decline due to tight inventory conditions. Whoops. I noticed that CNBC also did not report this dip of month-over-month home prices in the recent article as well. So they reported that the median price in July was a 17.8% increase compared with July 2020, but no mention of the month-to-month decrease. The point I'm getting at here is that be careful what you read, and I hope you appreciate my transparency. Something else I want to bring to your attention that I mentioned in my video from about a month ago is that a slowing trend during this time of year is entirely normal. Each year, the housing market takes off in early spring into early summer before slowing for the last half of the year, especially around the holidays. A great way to look at this is to have a look at this graph here. So looking at 2019, which is the gray line at the bottom there, you can see that home prices dipped in January and February before increasing through July. Then prices more or less cooled off for the rest of the year. Okay, moving on, let's have a closer look at this housing market update from the National Association of Realtors, because our housing market is not just about home prices. And data does not lie, so I'll definitely share my opinion regarding each of these stats. One reason for the dip of home prices from June to July of this year is from a decline of home sales in the luxury market. So have a look at this. This is the percent year-over-year change in sales in June by price range. So homes that sold over $750,000 surged by triple digits. This is one of the main reasons why home prices reached all-time highs in June. However, check out July stats because these percentages dropped big time. Sales in the range of $750,000 to $1 million only increased by 53% compared with 119% in June. In addition, sales of homes over $1 million only rose by 59% in July versus 147% in June. If this trend continues, plus further increases of housing inventory, then home prices could continue to fall. This, of course, is contrary to what the chief economist at NAR is telling us. All right, let's have a look at home sales in the US. So if you recall, after 4 straight months of declines, sales of previously owned houses rose by 1.4% in June. Existing home sales continued to rise in July, marking the second straight month of increases. So home sales grew by 2% from June to July of this year. Perhaps the recent increases of home sales is due to the fact that more people are listing their houses for sale. Housing inventory increased substantially in July, marking 5 consecutive months of increases. The number of existing houses for sale in the US, which of course are not brand new houses, went from 1.03 million in February 2021 to 1.32 million in July. And by my dumb math, that's almost a whopping 30% increase. This, of course, is a step in the right direction, but housing inventory is still down 12% from 1 year ago. Additionally, unsold housing inventory sits at a 2.6 month supply. What this basically means is that at the current pace of home sales right now, all houses listed for sale would be sold in 2.6 months if no new listings were to hit the market. This figure is up slightly from the 2.5 month figure recorded in June. And of course, if we want a more balanced real estate market, we need 4 to 6 months of housing inventory, so we have a long ways to go. Overall, the housing market in the US still remains very competitive. So homes sold in 17 days on average in July, which was unchanged from June. In addition, 89% of homes sold in July were for sale for less than 1 month. I also noticed that the share of first-time home buyers buying houses right now continues to slide. So for example, the National Association of Realtors reported that 30% of all sales of existing houses in July were from first-time home buyers versus 34% from 1 year ago. There's also been a lot of discussion around investors and other cash buyers buying properties in the US. So here are the latest stats. Individual investors or second home buyers purchased 15% of all homes sold in July. That was up slightly from 14% in June, but even with July 2020. All cash sales account for 23% of all transactions in July, even with June, and up from 16% in July 2020. And despite the recent expiration of the foreclosure moratorium, foreclosures are virtually non-existent because those plus short sales only represented less than 1% of all home sales last month. For those of you who may not know this, it could take up to a year or longer in order to foreclose on a property, so I wouldn't expect any huge increases anytime soon. To give you a quick mortgage interest rate update, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 2.86% based on the latest survey from Freddie Mac. Rates were relatively flat when compared with the previous week. Check out the link below if you want a real estate agent referral from virtually anywhere in the US. Also, if you got any value out of this video, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. You also can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.